Release District.
Agbaya, 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 Agbaya.
Cheese, come on, live in the flesh.
In the flesh, we are live.
It's the Agbaya show. Come on, episode 36.
Yeah.
And you're tuned in with Damo.
And J. Jules.
Welcome on, my guy.
Good, my bro.
It's been a nice week, but this week has been crazy.
Too crazy.
Bruv, it's like EastEnders in real life,
I
you
swear
know.
to you. It's juicy. It's juicy, though.
Juicy. I don't even know if juicy is the right word. It's been problematic. You know that guy, I don't want peace, I want problems. Literally, before Christmas, shit is just going on. But you know what? It's one of them ones like we got a special guest in the house still. You know, this one's celebrity status,
Stop it.
Yeah, obviously I want to introduce DJ Chlxxe. You get me?
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. What time is it? Come on. No, but seriously, how's everyone doing tonight?
Come on, man. We're good, man.
Good?
We're good, man.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. It's been so cold, but I'm happy that it's 4 degrees today. I never thought I'd say that. 4 degrees looks great when the sun's shining.
So what you say when the snow was out? Like, did you build any snowmans and I don't know. I don't know. You look like the snowman builder type still.
I did admire the snow from my window with like my onesie on and a duvet on me, but I did not go outside in the snow.
Stay warm.
No, thank you. Exactly.
Did you have some mulled wine with that?
No.
Do you like mulled wine?
Who has mulled wine at home?
Oh, you don't like mulled wine?
No, I'm saying who has it at home.
I do.
Like you
don't
have it in your household. Like you have mulled wine.
Bruv, like I can go to my garage, go downstairs, pull out
garage?
one.
You're showing your age.
Oh, me?
You're
Bruv.
age.
I'll let them know my age. I don't mind, fam. Wrong. Mulled wine goes in. You just put that in a pot. You just heat it up, bruv.
I feel like you go to the pub and have mulled wine. Like you
Yeah,
go out,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's at home. It's hot chocolate. I have herbal tea.
Come on, herbal tea.
But like real hot chocolate, like I boil the chocolate in the milk and
That's it.
all
Oh,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah, like
marshmallows.
But okay, but if you go, listen, before we move, because I'm not having this disrespect. If you go out, and you want mulled wine, how much are they charging you for that?
okay, circa 5.
So you see,
Circa
five.
fiver.
You understand? But see, I get my mulled wine for like £2.50. Half of that. You get me?
But then when you like carry the electricity bill and the gas bill and time spent making the drink, I feel like it's around a fiver.
Around the fiver. You
Just
people,
give it.
in this life, have money, you understand?
Inflation is real.
Hey, but inflation is real. But no, listen, Chloe, thank you for coming on, man. Love
You're
your
more than
vibe.
welcome.
Come
Thank
on.
you so much.
But we're moving on to Agbaya of the week. And this one, my goodness. Obviously, I'm gonna let the clip roll. I don't even want to look at anything because I'm just appalled right now.
So dangerous.
Like, how many people are going to ASAKE'S concert?
Hey, organize.
Every other day I organize.
Yeah, it's a mad thing. Obviously, seeing those clips wasn't nice to see. And obviously, what they said, there was an incident. People are in a critical condition and stuff. So.
But why are you there? Well, you don't have a ticket. So it's one of them. Is it justified that you should be in critical condition because you're trying to...
But obviously we don't know the story. The person that could be in critical condition could have had a ticket. We don't know. Obviously, if they didn't, then it could be the karma, innit? But
I said the karma.
yeah, man.
Not the karma.
It's crazy.
With the karma, man.
Did you see that? Did you see that police that threw that woman down the stairs?
No, did you see the other?
That's mad.
There's a girl that slapped the police. She gave him a slap. Hey,
She got arrested straight away.
They dealt with her, but it's one of them. Don't get me wrong. Like, you see, I'm that kind of guy. When I'm in my younger days, that's probably something I would do. If you go to a house party where you're not invited, we're going there anyway. You see, but it's one of them ones when it's like an organized event like this, tickets are available. And you're saying I don't have a ticket, I'm still cutting through anyway. It's mad. It's insane.
I think it reflects us in a very bad light when we see these concerts like ASAKE.
That's
You know what I'm like? If I'm wrong. But like it happened at WizKid concert. I went to see WizKid on the first night and the last night, and people did storm the concert, and I think it's disappointing because it's like, we're supporting a black artist, whether it's an Afrobeats artist, a dancehall artist, or like a black American artist like a Beyonce, for example. And it's like, if everyone has a mentality of, well, I'm just going to sneak in anyway, then you end up with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people trying to storm into Brixton Academy, and like people were like, oh, Brixton's a ghetto area. I'm like, okay, Brixton has its things, you know. I'm from South London. Brixton has, you know, a lot going on.
Come on,
represent.
But people would have come from East London, North West London, North London. I've missed somewhere.
Northwest.
I said Northwest.
West,
and
East,
South
West,
London. Obviously South London.
Obviously.
South London, makes South London look so bad though, doesn't it? But I feel like I can't blame South London, because I feel like everyone's come from different areas, come to the concert. People, like 3,000 people that want to see Asake aren't all from South London. Do you know what I mean? They must have come from different parts of London. But
I don't know. Obviously, but
it's sad to see, because like he's an artist that's definitely broken through commercially this year.
Yeah.
And like I can play his songs in a club with predominantly white people and they would know one of his songs. You know what I mean? Like it catches on. So it's sad to see that he's had a concert in Brixton and the highlight of it is the fact that people saw the concert, people in critical condition, versus maybe pushing his music and be like, oh yeah, the concert was really good. You know, he gave a great performance and blah, 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 blah. I feel like the highlight is now on
it's
the incident as opposed to his
because
performance.
obviously I did remember when the tickets came out.
Yeah.
Everyone's complaining that it sold out, and obviously even he was like, he didn't even know this was gonna. So next time he's gonna get a bigger venue and whatnot. So obviously, where it's bittersweet is, I'm happy that he's a brand new artist doing well. Again, he's from Nigeria, like doing his thing. Obviously, for me, okay, I'm looking at the fact that he has so much fans that they're breaking in. So obviously, looking at that, hopefully next time he gets a bigger venue, and I guess security are on their job or whatever, innit? I don't know.
I think it's challenging though, because if you think about it logically, even if there was more security, how much security can really stop 3,000 people from trying to get into a venue? Because if I was a security guard and I saw that many people trying to storm through, I'm not going to stop them, because that's me. I could have been in critical condition. And that's when it goes beyond, because I feel like a lot of people don't have rationality when it comes to those situations. They're like, oh, I'm just going to storm in because I want to see this concert, or I paid for my ticket and now everyone's just cramming in and everyone's pushing through. But as a security guard, you're not going to try and stop people, because it's just like
you're not getting paid enough for that.
You're not getting paid enough for that. It's not worth your life.
And you're putting your hand out like that. Stop! Everyone's gonna barge you. Move,
Exactly.
bro. What do you mean? It's mad, like, and it's just one of them ones, man. It's sad because like I don't know what's gonna happen to Brixton O2 now. You see, I don't know
A
if
few
they.
incidents have happened. Red Cross, Alkaline.
Alkaline, that one was crazy still.
Mad.
And a lot of stuff has happened, and like it'll be sad for them to shut it down. But I'm not here to advocate for it to be shut down. But something needs to be done, because like, come on, man, 3,000 people. Either like you said, up the security, pay the security people.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Or just get a bigger venue. Go to O2 Greenwich.
Yeah.
But then I feel like the issue that might be with Brixton is they may look at him like, okay, any more artists that are black artists, we're not going to have them come to Brixton anymore, because we've had this incident happen, this incident happen, this incident happen. So then it would be things like, you know, white up-and-coming artists or artists that don't have that following that are going to be able to perform at Brixton. But when it comes to other artists, they're not going to be able to do it. But I feel like Brixton's home of you know, black culture. If you think about like black Caribbean culture, it would be iconic for any dancehall artist or even Nigerian artists to come and perform in Brixton, because that's kind of like the home of where like the community was built in London. So it would be a shame if that is kind of like the end result. But hopefully it comes into a thing where they kind of just up the security and maybe they just manage it a bit better.
Get me, before they update the security and whatnot, we just got to let these people know that you are the Agbaya of the week.
Agbaya.
Because it's rubbish. Like, I feel like, bruv, have some decorum. Have some behaviour. This guy is not God, you know.
People just want to have a good time. It's snowing. Again,
-4 degrees, bro. It was cold, bro.
Yeah, man. So, people really wanted to party. You know, before the year ends, people wanted to party. And obviously, from the beginning, I saw the commotion with this guy. Like, people complaining his ticket sold out too quick, get a bigger venue. Like, what? He done 4 dates. You know
4 days, that's crazy.
How many more dates do you want from the
You know what I'm trying to say? And
But how much was his tickets going for?
From what I heard, £60 and above, maybe.
And what the capacity was, like, too bad, 2,000 people.
I don't know what the capacity is like in Brixton. Because obviously, I know my boy went to Manchester as well.
Oh.
So even as well, sometimes London, man, like, we got to behave, man, because Manchester, they had a sweet show.
Birmingham was a bit techie though.
Yeah,
was it?
Birmingham was messy. He came out late in that one. That's why.
And people started to go a bit mad.
But yeah, man, obviously we got to move on, because like, you know, we don't really want to,
focus on the negative.
you know, and we hope.
Big up to him and his team, and
You get me? Hope the people in the hospital are surviving, you know.
recover well, man.
You know, just think about, you know, maybe think about the good times, the funny times of, you know, at least we I don't know. Are there any good times in?
Obviously, for the people that came out of it, obviously it's not nice. But next time when you see things like that, just leave. Because I think I've escaped a lot of situations where I've seen a little. Even if I see an argument, I'm leaving the area because.
You don't know what the next step is going to be.
It definitely gets sticky.
Yeah.
Very sticky,
so
man.
Just leave.
I hope that it kind of teaches people that when people start to rush into places, that you move back and you be the
100%.
person that's like, actually, there's a lot going on here. Can you push back because it could save someone's life?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Save an injury.
I don't really like big crowded places anyway.
Yeah.
It does scare me. Yeah.
When I see more than 50 people, you get me. I'm at the outskirts. I'm just looking.
Not the 50.
Ah, bro. You know, see, I'm a guy. Like, you know when people say hold a man by 2 arm lengths or what?
Yeah.
Bro, I have to hold you by like 50 arm lengths. I need to see what is going on before I engage in anything. You see, but yeah, no, moving on. Get me. It's all about get me DJ Chlxxe today.
Stop it.
And like, obviously, I've seen a few clips of you, performing at Carnival in a few places. Congrats, I love that.
Thank you.
And like, talk to us. Like, what made you actually get into, DJing?
Yeah, so I've always loved music from like a very young age. I was always interested in like hip hop, R&B, dancehall, and later in life soca and reggae, of course. So it was kind of like a natural idea for me to like fall into DJing. So by the time I'd left sixth form going into university, I was like, I want to be a DJ. And the reason why nothing kickstarted from that point is because I felt like I didn't have a role model or somebody that I saw in that position.
Okay.
I didn't see many women DJing when I was out. And I didn't see any women that were any black women out DJing. It was mainly men, white men, black men DJing. So I was kind of like, oh, is this a space for women? And I didn't have the support network. So then fast forward to like 2019, I kind of started just doing workshops. And then I got in touch with a DJ, Chlxxe G, who's a really good friend of mine.
Jeez.
And then just did like lessons. I did a private workshop with her. And then I just sat down and just started mixing. And then today's a new day.
Jeez, in the mixer, in the blender. You know them ones. But
Stop it.
you know what? I think that's what even drew me, attracted me to you. Like, in a sense of like, I saw you, I'm like, wow. Who's this girl DJing? Big man. I was like,
Stop
who's
it.
this girl DJing? Then I was like, no disrespect. I was like, she's actually good. You see, I'm not trying to disrespect.
Thank you as well.
You see,
Appreciate that.
no problem. I'm not trying to disrespect people trying to come up like upcoming DJs, but sometimes we got to understand that it's more than just like looking good.
Yeah.
You understand? It's more than just talking the talk. You got to be able to showcase your talent and be consistent with it. Oh shit, the drink is just.
Stop it.
Just pop it. Blame it on that. But nah, it's one of them ones like, and I like that because I can imagine it must be tough being a woman in the DJing industry. Like, I'm sure people might undermine you at times. So like, give us a little example. And
Which one should I start with? No, I'm joking. I think I definitely agree with you. Like, a lot of people look at me and I think all women that are DJing, they're like, oh, a pretty girl behind the decks. And then when you start playing, that's when the talent starts to speak for itself. And it's like, oh, okay, she knows what she's doing. It's not just a case of, oh, it's another girl behind the decks that's like playing 1, 2 tunes. Like, she actually knows her shit. Oh, she can actually do like a couple of things. But I do feel the sense of when I go to places and I speak to security guards or management, I'm like, can I play here? Can I play here? Like, please. And I'm like begging, like, let me play. And they kind of look at me like, oh. It's happened to me before. Like the other day I went out and I played at a venue and the security guard's like, yeah. I will speak to the manager. And I spoke to the manager and like the manager was a woman, a black woman. And she's like, come play here on this date. I played and she's like, you shut down your set.
jeez.
So it's like, there's definitely the element of undermining. There's definitely the kind of men coming over and kind of doing this with decks. Like, oh, is everything okay? Like, I was like, I know what I do.
Seriously?
I have a decent amount of technical knowledge of using especially DJ equipment and sound engineering to some extent.
Yes.
But there's definitely like an element of undermining because I'm a woman. And I think it's because music in general is a male-dominated industry, not just in terms of being a DJ, but if you look at people that are producing, people that make the equipment, up to like record labels and everything else, if you look very high up, it's just men.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you see women in those spaces. So I think there's an element of, oh, are you sure you know what you're doing? Da, 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 da.
So how does that make you feel? Like, were you gonna ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How does so what drives you to just overcome that?
Don't get me wrong. I don't wake up every day being like, I'm the best or I'm the best that I can be. I don't compare myself to other people, but I think it's more a case of the driving point is just knowing that when I do play gigs and people giving that recognition, that I'm obviously doing a good job. There's a reason why someone's booking me to play here. There's a reason why I have people that are pushing me to do certain things because they believe in me. And I think the support system is the key.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a support system, I don't think I'd be where I am today.
Okay.
Because you need it. In anything that you're doing, you need someone who's going to sit there with you, not necessarily like hold your hand, but someone who's going to be like, you're so good at this and why don't you do this? And like, we should try this. Like, if you don't have that, you're not going to be the best that you can be because you're going to let your thoughts play off in your mind.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling insecure, I'm feeling like, oh, I can't do this or I don't think I'm that good. If I don't have anyone else to be like, well, actually, Chloe, you are that good, I'm just going to sit there and be like, well, F this. I can't swear. And then I'm going to be like, F this.
It's calm.
And then I'm going to like, just stop DJing because I'm like, well, I don't think I'm that good.
And then have there ever been times like that where you've probably been in your, maybe you're in your corner or in your room and you're just like, you know what, it's just, there any point of this?
Yeah, 100%. I think when people look on, not just my Instagram, but I'll use me as an example. People look at my Instagram and social media and they'll be like, oh, like she's doing well for herself. She's here. She's got it all together. But I don't think anyone kind of shows the behind the scenes stuff. No one ever shows like the behind the scenes stuff where you're like, you're doubting yourself or you're struggling to do one certain thing or like you have weaknesses. Like everyone just shows the good parts, right?
Yeah.
DJs will show you when they're at a party and everyone's singing along and everyone's screaming and whatever. But then you very rarely see videos of DJs when they're playing to a crowd and it's empty or like the crowd may just not be feeling it that night or the crowd isn't necessarily dancing but they're enjoying the music. Like I've played at venues and like, you know, people are sitting down enjoying the music and they can't be at the end when they've left and they've sitting down the whole time like, I really enjoyed your set, but I didn't see them dancing or singing along or anything. Like, you know, there's different realities to being a DJ and it's not all the glitz and glamour that we see on social media. So I think that's important.
Okay. Could you say that there's a sense of like entitlement that you feel or DJs feel that you have to always dance to my tunes? Like can't people sit down and enjoy it, like probably bop their head to your tunes? Or do you just always want people to be up dancing?
I'm a party girl.
Yeah.
So I don't get when people don't dance to music because I've always been out and partying. I'm a dancer as well. So I'm the kind of girl that if you take me out to a club or if we're going somewhere and there's music, I'm a dance. Do you know what I mean?
You're a dance? Hey, what you say? LA Lounge tonight? Yeah.
Stop it!
I got my dancing shoes today.
Hey, come on.
LA Lounge, you got to take me somewhere where there's dance on soca.
Oh, dance on. Wait.
Island girls got to represent. You're like, oh, we don't know anywhere.
Island girl.
Stop it. But because I'm someone who, like, if I go out, I'm partying, I'm drinking, whatever. I mean, not everyone's like that. But so I find it weird. I'm like, why are you guys not dancing? Come on. So my aim is sometimes get people to dance. But I've started to learn as I've played out in more places that sometimes people don't want to dance. Some people can't dance. And sometimes it's not the right time.
Okay. Maybe the juice hasn't really mixed yet.
Or it could be the event I'm playing at. Like, I'm used to playing in clubs, people dance, people sing along. Sometimes I play at events where it's like, people are just chatting. It's a networking event. Or like, do you know what I mean? People are there to kind of like speak to people, not to get up and dance. So even I'm playing tunes and I'm like, why is no one dancing? I'm like, oh wait, hold on a minute. This person's eating their food or this person's talking to this person. That's why they're not dancing.
Oh.
So how do you find, so obviously you spoke on, you I think, so what I've gathered, you have a personality and obviously you enjoy yourself, which is good because I think we all
100%.
should enjoy ourselves as well, especially with how life is as well.
Yeah.
How do you find the balance in terms of like your professional side and you trying to have a good time as well?
I think it's about setting boundaries. So a good example would be like drinking whilst you're DJing. I will have a drink or two, but I'm not going to get drunk to the point where I'm unprofessional and I'm out of line because at the end of the day, it's still a professional environment in terms of you want to be booked again. You don't want people to think, oh, this DJ was slack, she was doing this, she was doing that, blah, blah, blah. But also at the same time, I'm a DJ. So if people know that I'm a party, I'm fun. If I was to throw an event or if I say I'm playing here, people would want to come because you go where the party is, right?
Yeah.
So it is a balance. I think I'm kind of the person where I've worked in working environments where I kind of understand how the corporate is. So I know how to pattern myself in certain environments in terms of, okay, cool. I might have a drink, but I'm not going to go overboard. Or I'm going to stop here.
Okay.
or just little things like, you know, making sure you keep in like professional on emails and not be like, oh, hey, yeah, what's up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hi, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, just having certain formalities because it looks good.
Okay.
And like, you're a brand, right? You represent yourself. So.
Okay, so speaking of this, obviously, you represent yourself, you're a brand, you want to, you know, keep that professionalism. Obviously, you're a pretty young black woman. So
Thank you.
It's calm. So let's say, I'm sure there's probably been times where you're actually going in on the set. And you got probably one of the man them coming, trying to slip inside, trying to slide in. Like, babes, what you saying? Like, how does that make you feel?
I'm very... I'm aware of those situations. Like, men will always be men, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. I think me naturally, being someone who goes out on parties, and I'm quite sociable. Like I said, I'm quite chatty. I've got a personality. I think naturally that attracts opposite sex or people that are interested in you, right? And I think being behind the decks adds a bit more extra spice to it because, like, oh, she's a DJ too. The way that I try to manage it is that I kind of try to be polite if someone's not being too strong on, and I just be like, oh yeah, well you can. Oh, let me get your details. Here's my Instagram. You can follow me and find out where my next party is.
I man them. Stop asking her these questions. He's only give you the Instagram and the snap.
Stop it.
There's no Hakkasan. Sorry, man. But
you can deliver the Hakkasan to my house, actually.
Disclaimer. Make sure you like and subscribe. I like that.
Also, next year I would like to go to Jamaica. So again, I'm joking.
P Diddy, are you listening?
Stop it.
Diddy, are you listening? She wants to go to Jamaica. No, I'm playing. But no, I like that because like I said, you don't always get a lot of female DJs. And it's quite special. It's quite different, and it's one of them ones like to the younger lot. Somebody who possibly who aspires to be a DJ, but probably maybe men have told her that you can't be a DJ. Like you're better off maybe doing ballet or something like that.
I did ballet.
Oh, you did ballet?
Come on.
Jeez.
Sorry, I just was.
But you know, sometimes like there's people out there that just limit them to just do girl stuff.
Like glass ceiling effect, I think it's called, right?
Yeah. So like, what would your advice be to them?
Go for it. I know it sounds really like cliche. Go for it. Chase your dreams. But it is really that. I think it can be challenging when you don't have the right people with you to make that step. But I think it's little things like finding workshops. There are a few workshops where it's like women led, you know. I think there's like Girls Can't DJ and things like that where you can come and it's women only. And I think me myself also, I would like to start a women only DJing workshop because I understand what it's like as a woman. I've been in that position where you look at who's DJing and you're like, oh, it's all men. And like women do come up to me when I'm playing like, oh my God, I'd love to learn, blah, blah, blah. So I think go for it and find that space that you feel comfortable in and then allow yourself to grow. Find that support network.
Okay.
Nice.
No, I love that. And obviously, let's say now, if you had to choose choose an island to DJ on. Let's say you got a great opportunity.
Stop. No.
And they told you, we want you to...
Don't make me have to pick.
they told you, Chloe, we want you to fly out to one country of your choice to DJ. There's going to be over 30,000 people there. We're paying you this much. Where would you go?
Can I pick two?
Okay, let's pick two.
I'm going to pick two places, right? Where's the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first place I would pick would be... I want to pick three now. Okay, I'm just going to go through all the islands.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to start with Trinidad.
Jeez.
For Carnival. That's like been a dream of mine to play at Carnival.
Yeah.
I played Notting Hill Carnival this year and obviously that was like bucket list. But
you had a big, sorry to cut you, you had a big crowd there as well.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. That whole day was like a blur. I don't want to go off tangent because I can talk for days.
No, talk for days because it's a good experience.
Check the time. Okay. Okay. I'm going to cut the long story short. So Notting Hill Carnival, I was meant to play at a certain time and then my set got pushed back. And by the time I was like about to play next, the person in front of me played like so many bangers and they played like, and the people before me played these songs. I was like, what am I going to play? And I was like, I'm going to play soca, obviously, because, you know, it's Carnival.
Come on.
So I started playing soca and I went to dancehall and like what you saw in like the little snippet that I tried to chop up.
Yeah.
The crowd just went crazy. And then I remember speaking to someone who was like filming the whole process with us. And he was like to me, you know, Carnival didn't start until you started playing. Like,
Mad.
Come on. Chloe, you have to click. You got to click.
No, okay.
Come on,
It's not what Chanel. But it was just overwhelming. And like, every time I look at that clip, I'm like, wow, that was me. Like, I did all of that because I wasn't expecting that. And I remember how I felt. I was so nervous because obviously I played in front of people. I was like, this is Notting Hill Carnival. This is what I wanted to do. So I was like, and then I just played. I was like, oh. So he said to me, Notting Hill Carnival started when you started playing. And I felt that. And I just felt like so... I was like proud of myself, but I just felt so emotional. I was like, wow, like imagine someone coming up to you and saying that Carnival didn't start until you started playing. And bearing in mind, I'm like a little fish in this big ocean of DJs, and there's people that I look up to and people that I aspire to be like. And I'm only a certain part of my career, and I'm like, wow. I remember sending this video to like I spoke about her earlier, Keisha, a really good friend of mine, and she's
Shout out Keisha.
Shout out Keisha G.
Come on.
Got to add the G on the end of it. Like.
Keisha G. Come on, you know.
And like, you know, she's like, wow, this has to go on your Instagram like today. She's like, I don't care if you're like on the train home, like put this on your Instagram right now. I said Trinidad because I want to do Carnival, Jamaica because I'm from Jamaica, and Dominica. Like we got Creole Festival.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about Creole Festival. Of course not.
Now tell me because I want to go next year if it's on next year.
So Creole Festival, I believe is like October, November times. I think it changes a little bit every year.
Yeah.
But it's literally just like a music festival, and there's other things that happen as well. But like this year was like Burna Boy was there, Shensia, Dexter Daps. Like so it's a mix. It's not just like dancehall and soca artists. Like, you know, Asa Banton's a big artist in Dominica. There's other people there. So yeah, it would have to be those 3 islands, but I would play all over the Caribbean if I could.
Okay.
Sunshine and DJ and like.
Hey.
Focusing on this year, what have you learned within your career that's made you, you know, I love what I'm doing and I'm gonna keep going. What have you learned?
Good question.
That you didn't know last year.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Come on.
What I've learned is a lot of what I do is about confidence, I would say. So when I talk about confidence, it's not just in the sense of when I'm playing out live, but when I'm making mixes, when I'm talking about what I do, it is about confidence, because there are a lot of people that might be playing years more than me or years less than me, and a lot of them who go far are confident and consistent. And I think that's something I've learned in terms of sometimes I do mix. I'm like, oh, I hate this. I don't want to put this out. And I'm like, actually, be confident. Put this out, because it's not about sometimes making the perfect product. It's about just being consistent and being confident enough to put it out. And playing out live is the same thing. It's about being confident. Oh, I made a bit of a mistake, or I dragged the song for a bit too long, or I played this too quickly, or I did that. But it's confident enough to be like, actually, just because I made this one mistake doesn't mean that the whole set's going to be terrible because of that one little hiccup.
And you know what I like about that is because there's a lot of people out there that tune into this show and probably aspire to be either DJs, artists and everything. And sometimes it might just be that lack of confidence that stops them from releasing their tracks. I've been in that situation when I was an artist in my younger days.
Yeah.
Jamesy, you know, I used to call you, send you tracks. Bare tracks. You know them ones. What do you think of this? What are you saying? And you could have been like, it's calm, but it never came out. You see, and that's due to the lack of confidence. And sometimes you just got to realize, just bring it out. Be consistent in what you're doing. And sometimes that consistency does beat talent sometimes.
I think as creatives, we will always be critical of ourselves.
Yes.
It's a given. And I think sometimes you have to have a balance of being happy with something that you put out and allowing yourself to just be confident, like, hey, I'm happy with this, and not trying to look for the perfections. If you look for perfection, you're going to be looking for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You're going to die looking for perfection because no one's perfect.
Jeez, come on.
Even your favourite song by your favourite artist, they may not love, or like, you know, you go see your artist perform at a concert and it may not be their best performance. Like, it happens.
It happens. But the fact is that the consistency is still there, and
they're still putting out music, they're still doing the concerts, they're still showing up for press releases, they're still doing interviews, they're still doing all of that.
No, I like that, man. And obviously I pray that, you know, you continue with what you're doing.
Thank you.
Like,
pray.
From the first minute I set my eyes on you not till now, you get me, it's been nothing short of phenomenal.
Thank you. And I think when you're looking at it internally, you don't see it the way people from the outside see it. People must be like, oh my God, you're doing so good, you're doing this, oh my God. And you're like, I'm not doing enough. But that's me being hard on myself.
Yes.
And like I said, it's the confidence thing again. Confidence and consistency. If I have those two, confidence time.
Do you take time out to reflect or like relax and get your mind? Because I feel like the industry, especially the music industry, obviously you're a DJ, you might, it's a similar industry, but it's also different. But do you have time for yourself? Because I'm sure it could be overwhelming for you.
That's a good question. I feel like I'm not good at balancing the discipline in terms of making sure that I practice or do this and that and have things put out for DJ and stuff. But then I also feel like I don't have enough time where I, like you said, stay at home and just relax. Don't do anything. Watch something on Netflix. I feel like I either do a lot of watching things on Netflix and chilling or a lot of sitting down on my laptop and practicing and doing this. I don't have that discipline yet, but I would like to because I feel like it is important. And I think one thing that can be very harmful to creatives is just comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of people feel like they're not doing enough or they're doing too much in terms of, I might look at other DJs that are women, for example, and be like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that. Why am I not doing this? And not to discredit her, but it makes you automatically compare yourself to somebody else. And I feel like it's important to just
Stay in your lane.
stay in your lane.
It's one of them ones, Chloe. We gotta have to round up, and it's one of them ones we need a part 2 because I feel like you got a lot more to say, and we're ready for
Tip
it.
of the iceberg.
Yeah, come on, man. But before we sign out, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, so I am Chloe on social media, literally. So I am Chlxxe. That's Instagram, that's SoundCloud. I'm also got playlists on Spotify if you want to find me. Twitter, I don't use at all. And then TikTok, for some reason. I have a TikTok. It's the same, I am Chloe _. So yeah.
Jeez, come
Follow
on.
me, find me.
We're hoping to see some TikTok dances in the future.
No.
No, you said you're a dancer, though. Come on.
I'm not a professional dancer. I said I'm a dancer, and like I'm the.
Yeah, you could still show the personality side.
It's true.
She's ready. She's ready. She did the hair thing. Like she's ready. But no, we're signing out. Listen, Chloe, once again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Come on, Jay.
My guy.
Come on, we're out. Like and subscribe.